3000.
What is doing? My name's Maloney. This is the 3000 podcast. I'm joined today by an artist, Ginklet. How you going? Or Molly, there you are. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Do people actually think Ginklet's your name?
No. I've had people think it's pronounced Ginklet, but not that it's actually my name. Yeah, some real like French thing.
Well, I guess that shows that you've got a global audience when people are thinking it's French.
Only the French think that.
Only French.
Yeah.
Do you want to bring the mic just a bit closer, or you can lean up? It's however you want to be.
I'll bring it up.
Okay. So people will probably most know you from your ceramic works, but you're an artist in other respects as well.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your journey of how you got involved in art.
So I've been making art literally since I was a child, basically. It started out as drawing, I guess as most kids do. And my mum and dad were always very encouraging with being creative.
Which helps.
Yeah, that helped very much.
Are they creative people?
My aunties on both sides are very creative.
Oh, wow.
Both ceramicists, actually.
That helps too.
Yeah, that helps. So I was always doing art in general. And then maybe like 6 years ago, maybe 7 now, I went to a ceramic group with one of my aunties. Mm-hmm. She just went to like a casual ceramic day on Fridays. And then started going to that, fell in love with it and didn't stop since then, basically.
That was it.
Yeah.
You caught the bug.
Yep.
And that's interesting because you do make creatures as well.
Yeah. So the drawings I have always done as a kid was always, like weird characters. Mm-hmm. And then doing ceramics kind of, I liked that they became like 3D entities. Like you could kind of hold them in your hands. Mm-hmm. That's what I like about ceramics. It's tactile, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're probably a bit younger than me, but I remember The Simpsons, right? And The Simpsons are 2D.
I do remember The Simpsons.
No, but when they first came out, they were 2D, but then they had 3D figures, and it was kind of weird to try and see a three-dimensional version of something you're so accustomed to seeing 2D.
Yeah.
But you get to, with the 3D stuff, you get to create it and think about it as a whole experience.
It's kind of like, I guess like a drawing or a painting obviously remains on a wall, but there's something about a sculpture. I don't know what it is about just holding a piece of art and seeing it from every angle. It's almost like a figurine, and I really like toy art, like figurine kind of stuff.
Yep.
So that was kind of a way of making figurine-ish stuff into more like fine art, like being ceramic. So, yeah.
So then the first thing you start to do is turn those two-dimensional drawings into three-dimensional things. So you're always drawing the same sort of creatures?
I think my distinct style has sort of grown from the moment I was doing ceramics. The stuff I was drawing was always weird-looking stuff.
And what was the motivation for the weird-looking stuff?
Probably like the 90s cartoons like that I grew up with. So like, I don't know if you remember Gogs.
Gogs.
It was like a claymation cartoon of cavemen.
Yes.
And it was really scary.
And wasn't there just eyes that were in the back of the cave as well?
Yeah. I think that's the same show.
Yeah.
But they were really just weird looking creatures. And the claymation, I was really attracted to that look as well. And then like real monsters.
Yes. Had the dude that was holding his eyeballs.
Yeah, which is very much Ginklet-esque, I guess.
Yeah. Can you do us a favour, just move the mic down a tad?
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Is that better?
Just move, just so it doesn't cover your face.
Okay.
Just so you're comfortable. Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
All right. But mostly like, I think inspiration definitely comes from the 90s kids shows that I grew up with, for sure. Yeah.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, Nickelodeon, like Cat Dog, etc. I can't even think of any.
So then you just create your own world of those sort of characters in your head and then onto the page and then into ceramics.
Yeah, like the first ceramic
I'm going to move your mic for you. You keep talking.
Okay. The first. Oh, that low. Okay. It's just over my head.
Yeah, well, that's what. Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, that's better. Okay.
Like Flintstones-esque, like kind of stuff. Like the first sculptures I started making were cavemen. So like big, thick monobrows, big cartoonish bone with the hair. And then that kind of led onto the tusks that I do. Like, I guess it was sort of like a natural progression of style that's formed.
And it's a primitive
yeah.
being that exists in a
Yeah.
Stone Age.
Yeah, like the bright poppy colours of the Flintstones and mixed with that caveman kind of aesthetic just really appeals to me.
Did you have classic art training besides your aunties telling you how to
how to do it?
Yeah.
Not really. Like initially when I finished high school, I didn't know what the hell to do in general with my life, and I thought I would be a good art teacher. And so I did study visual arts for a year in Geelong at Deakin, and I hated being told what to create.
Yeah. Visual arts is more regimented than fine arts, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It was just do you want me to I'll turn this off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was basically an art school dropout, I guess you could say.
They're generally the people that make the best art.
I'll take it. Yeah.
So when you started making your ceramics, then you're like, okay, so now I've got this style that you found reasonably quickly.
Yeah.
That you've stuck with.
I've stuck with, yeah. I think like there's kind of a couple of distinct sculptures I always go to. There's like the balaclava wearing ones. There's the tusk kind of ones and, the caveman-esque kind of ones. But, yeah, I'm glad that I've kind of formed this distinct look to my art now. And, it sort of started to take off maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And then I remember the first time I sold a piece and I was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Like, I didn't think I'd ever sell anything. And
Did you sell it in person or online?
Yeah, I sold it to like I'm from Warrnambool. I don't know if you know Warrnambool.
Yeah.
A girl who works in our local tattoo shop just messaged me and asked to buy a piece. And I was like, hell yeah. So then I made an Instagram especially for the art, and then it just kind of went from there.
Is that the tattoo shop that Slim Krusty guests at a bit?
No, that's this one isn't open anymore.
Oh.
I do know Roscoe though. Yeah.
He's from out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, different studio.
He holds the record for the most amount of ciggies punched in that chair.
That doesn't surprise me. In any chair he's ever sat in. Yeah.
I think, and he ran out and he's like, oh, there's still a little
How
bit
many
left
was it?
I don't know. And then we had to ring Grace and
10
Grace,
billion cigarettes.
Yeah, he knows how to smoke. He
does.
So then I guess any artist, when they first find a commercial capacity to use their art, if it's just someone at the local tattoo parlor buying something off you, it gives you a kick in the pants like, oh, people like this.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. Like it was... Yeah, I think I've always created because it brings me joy, obviously. And then when I could see that I could make money off it, that was really exciting. But it's been funny, like combining income with your creative passion has been kind of complex, as it's like super lucky to have done it full time. But having it bound to income was really interesting.
Yeah, and it's a landscape that a lot of artists face. And I think a lot of people, especially musicians now, have come to the realization that you've got to be exceptionally talented and lucky to make money from it. So now a lot of them are like, well, I'm just going to do my job and make my art for me. It's a real hard, and it's becoming harder and harder.
Yeah, it's sort of like, I don't want to sound like spoiled, I guess, when I say this, but like, because I'm very thankful that I did it full time for the few years it was, but tying your creative passion with income almost sucked the joy out of it at times.
And it always generally does.
Yeah, because I was forced to constantly be making sculptures. And I spent a lot of time, my studio was in my room for a couple of years. So I was in my bedroom alone, just pumping out sculptures, and I was fucking hating it sometimes. I just didn't want to be making them.
You're not doing it for the creative pursuits. You're doing it for the monetary because you need to.
Yeah. And then it was kind of like conflicting because I was like, this thing has always brought me immense joy and I'm really bitter about doing it most days. So I don't do it full time anymore, and it's made me fall back in love with it again. So, yeah.
It's that balancing act for so many artists. Though.
Yeah.
Like even just to use the example of Roscoe, he's doing the music thing, but he's touring, playing, he's doing a lot. Like you've got to really push yourself.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I don't know like what the music scene kind of is with what they actually get paid, but I imagine it would be almost harder to actually make a proper living full time as a musician. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
And with art, especially if you found your own niche, and it's not like people can say, hey, I want this life-size sculpture of David. Do you know what I mean? Like you do what you do.
Yeah.
And it makes it hard to do commissions and that sort of stuff where a lot of other artists will make their money on top of just making what they love.
Yeah.
When you were doing it, when you started doing it, you sold that first piece, then you started the Instagram, you're starting from scratch.
Yeah.
You've got 90,000 followers or whatever now, so that's quite a journey.
Yeah. Ginklet was...
Where'd you get the name from first?
Well, the name was my Reddit username. So when I made it, I'm like, I need to delete all the questions I've ever asked on Reddit under that name.
Did Reddit give you that name or you came up
I came up with it because obviously when you make a Reddit, it's usually not your actual name.
Don't they usually give you a name? I'm not a Reddit person.
Yeah, they'll give you some like random like long number or something. But when I made it, I was like, well, it can't be my actual name for what I'm about to ask on this website. But I'll just think of a made-up word.
Can you tell us what you're going to ask?
Oh, I think Dad's watching. I won't. No, I wasn't that rogue. I can't even remember.
Right.
But I just thought of the word on the spot. And then when I made the art page, I didn't want my art name to allude to anything else. Like I didn't want the word...
Have your name in it, yeah.
Yeah, or like, I don't know, some other word that has its own meaning already. Like I wanted it to be, the name only meant my art company, whatever you want to call it. And Ginklet just kind of, the word actually fits the aesthetic almost, I think. Like they look like Ginklets. Like, I don't know, it just kind of suited, so... I just use my Reddit name.
Yeah, well, it's got the let kind of alludes to the cute little side of it, like piglet or something like that.
Yeah.
And the G is kind of aggressive.
Yeah, it's this, I don't know, it's something about the word kind of suited it. And then some people who followed Ginklets started, calling them Ginklets. And I was like, yeah, they are Ginklets. They're not really... like just goblins or just a specific type of monster. They can be their own kind of entity. Yeah.
And are they always jovial or some more... well, they're not over... They're playfully aggressive.
Yeah. I think I'll make ones that look a bit more like, badass than others. Like there's more cute ones. And then I'll make ones with like the big studded collar and like the eyes do a lot of the... talking for how they look. So I'll do like angry turned in eyes.
And that's the same for making cartoon characters.
Yeah.
The
so
eyes say a lot.
Yeah. I'm going to turn that heater on.
You start the Instagram just for Ginklet.
Yeah.
You leave your personal art Instagram behind, or you still...
I never had a personal one.
Right.
Just my personal... account. Yeah.
But so the Ginklet one gets legs, you build a following reasonably quickly, or is it a grind?
I It No, it was probably pretty quick, really. I remember it was like, I think it was New Year's Eve, maybe like 5 years ago, and I looked at my phone and I'd like tipped over to the 10K. You know how to be like a number, and then when you get 10K, it's just 10K, and I was like, phew, like that's sick.
I got a letter on there.
Yeah, yeah. And so I guess from 5 years ago to today, it's climbed that amount. But now as we were talking about earlier, it's kind of slowly doing this trend, which, you know.
What do you attribute the initial from selling one piece to somebody that you know to getting it to 10K? Were you attacking it with a certain mindset that I'm going to grow this thing?
I think it wasn't so much the growth that I was focused on. It was just that I was always making, and then I think the key is like photographing them well. So like I always just use the same pink backdrop, and yeah, I guess they're eye-catching photos of the ceramics, and I just was really regular in how much I posted.
More than once a day?
Not more than once. That felt annoying if it was more than once a day.
Because it's a funny balancing act, isn't it?
Yeah. I was posting probably every day, but that's dropped off. And then I used to, there was a period of time, actually me and Roscoe made a lot of funny videos together, like for Ginklet. And I like making funny kind of videos with the ceramics. So that was also, I think, a good boost. People seem to enjoy those videos.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that a lot of artists, whether it's, you know, visual or musical or whatever, you need to show your face.
I know.
I think it's really important.
I hate it.
Well, yeah, but I think the audience want to see who's creating it.
Yeah. I have a real gripe with showing my face. I'm actually quite like, I don't like being in the spotlight. I kind of always have let my art do the talking and let that speak for itself. I've always been kind of quite reserved in, showing my face. Even like the funny videos I was making, that was predominantly my two housemates and Roscoe like years ago. It was never like really me. Mm-hmm. So I just used their face.
But those sort of videos, that more of the throwaway content, is generally what sticks with people, though, isn't it?
It's reshareable.
Yeah.
And that's kind of really the big thing.
Yep.
But again, as I was saying, it's sort of, even sitting here discussing, you know, Instagram followers and likes and stuff, it's so like frustrating, the modern age of being completely dependent on what feels like these petty things like followers and likes and stuff, but it does truly equal sales at the end of the day for artists. So it's
success.
Yeah.
Look, because at the end of the day, all artists want to do is make more art.
Yeah.
Now, if you're making it and no one's buying it or consuming it, then it makes it harder for you to make more.
Yeah, it's disheartening for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're at this point in time, where social media, and in particular Instagram or TikTok, is a necessary evil for people to do what they do and get it seen. And at the end of the day, it's free as well.
Yeah.
So we kind of can't complain too much.
Yeah, it's just sort of this, like I remember seeing some post on Instagram saying how like the modern age is kind of commodified what humans do naturally, like make art, sing, dance. It's like that there needs to be this level of productiveness for these natural joys. And if you're not good at it, that's disheartening too. Yeah. Whereas people should just make art for the joy of it at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah, but even you said that even when your heart's in it, you saw that 10K and you're like, hang on a second.
Yeah, I know.
They gamified it to you.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Like, yeah, they've Stockholm syndrome me into like...
I've never thought of it like that.
Well, it's sort of like, I don't know, I owe Instagram kind of everything for selling art, but then it's this like joy-sucking app I find sometimes as well. So it's a duality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you've got to make content that is just what you're doing and not make the content to make the content.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of catch-22. Like you're
Yeah.
making the ceramic piece. You need to make the content about that and not think, what can I do today that might be good content?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that a lot of people struggle with, I think.
Yeah.
They're like, I need to make reels, and they forget that they were actually into painting.
Yeah. I saw, again, I saw something on Instagram. I can't remember his name, like Rick, someone who's got like a record label, like a big beard.
Oh, Rick Rubin.
Yeah. I was watching an interview with him and he said, I don't think about my audience at all. They're the last thing on my mind. What I'm creating is for
I shared that the other
me.
day.
Or maybe that's where I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's so true. Like,
yeah, it's spot on. So he says that I never thought about the audience.
Yeah.
I made art that I wanted to make.
Yeah.
And therefore, when you make art like that, it is the most honest and true art, and then the audience will find it.
Yeah, it resonates
when you
with
make
people.
stuff for I watch this reel a lot because I love Rick Rubin. But when you make stuff for an audience, that's not art. That's commerce.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of shows, like, there was a period of time where I was kind of down in the dumps about getting the algorithm going and all that shit. And I was for a period making things I thought people would like. And it's like everyone could smell it on me. They're like that
She's
sucks.
trying too hard.
Yeah. And it made me unhappy. And so I think that's when I backed away from doing it full time and not tying my entire income to it. And then, like, in turn, falling back in love with it, making what I wanted to make. And yeah.
Yeah, it's the balancing act. And even with this podcast that I make, people say to me all the time, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And I say, because that's tacky and shit, and I don't want to do that. But they're like, no, but everyone does it. I'm like, yeah, but that
doesn't mean that you should. Yeah.
And I get it. Like, that might be better for the overall reach, or that might mean more views. But at the end of the day, I don't want to do it how I don't want to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got to take that. And when you have another source of income, the art is more pure.
Yeah, definitely.
I think so.
Yeah, I agree. And, like, the best part is what I'm doing now. Like, I do support work now, but I just do clay with all my clients.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's kind of been like, yeah. And I have sort of a background in psychology and did school counselling for like 3 years. And so I feel like I've combined these two things
Art therapy
together. Yeah, like a kind of like sort of
Yeah.
not proper art therapy, but kind of like a roundabout way of getting to that. Yeah.
So while you were doing the full-time art thing, you were studying psychology as well.
I got my psych degree like 6 years ago. And then I did some school counselling where I'm from in Warrnambool. And then I was like, I reckon I can do this art thing full time. Moved to Melbourne, did do it full time for 3 years, which
was
was
daunting?
great. It was a bit because I'm like quite a shy person. So like moving to a new city was very intimidating, but I don't know. I kind of felt like I needed to get out of Warrnambool. And then, I did it full time, which was great. Became vastly unhappy doing it. And then have kind of combined these two, I guess, passions together. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Not to take you back to the time when you were vastly unhappy.
Yeah.
But there is an interesting
Talk about
time
it.
where you were making art full time. So run us through that. At that stage, you've got a lot of followers. You would post a piece, and then people would buy that piece, or would people ask for specific pieces, or how did it work?
So when it was full time, I was pumping out like a drop every 2 or 3 weeks, and I'd put them on the site, like my website. I was using Big Cartel at the time, and they would sell out like within a couple days,
So
which
how
was
many
good.
pieces are we talking?
A drop would usually be like 8 to 10 pieces.
Mm-hmm. And you show the process of that. This is what I'm making.
Yeah.
Check this one out. If you like this one, you've got to get it. Yeah.
I used to be really good at doing like heaps of like making of time-lapse videos. So I was always posting stuff like that. And every now and again, someone will ask for commissions, and I still take commissions, but I don't really like being told what to make again.
Right.
Like people often ask for commissions that is a Ginklet that they want me to just recreate, or that combined like two existing ones. But every now and again, I will get a really rogue request. Like people sometimes ask me to make like a Pokemon. Like I could, but
Surely
I don't want to
do that.
Yeah. Like I have made in the past like realistic sculptures of people. Like my auntie requested both her parents in clay, and I tried to make it realistic looking, but it's still, I don't know, there's like a cartoonish kind of disposition I have to sculpting that always comes through.
And there's got to be structural integrity with that stuff. To make a human is kind of...
It was just the heads, but I can't escape cartoonish kind of style. That's just, what comes out of me, basically.
So run us through a process, start to finish, of how you do you start with a sketch, or you start with a lump of clay on the table?
I don't do any like pre-planning sketching at all. If it's not a commission, I just start and kind of let the general shape dictate the piece. Like so the shape might be something I'm like, oh, that would suit these kind of eyes, and then I'll do those eyes, and that will dictate the next feature, and so on. And I think it's a good way to do it because you don't get hell-bent on this preconceived plan.
So it's like a Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, basically.
No, I don't want to downplay it, but that's
kind of. But doing pre-sketching and whatever, if there's no pre-plan, whatever you make is always... It's not like, oh my God, it doesn't look like this plan. It's just like you never knew what the hell you're making anyway. It's just what comes out. But
everyone's process is different.
Yeah. Like people who do sketch and whatever, no hate. It's just, I don't really do it like that. But
sorry, go.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, you've also got to think about, like I said before, the structural integrity and how much weight a certain feature can hold, and whether that is going to hold, whether it's going to be...
Yeah.
You've got to ship these things. Like you can't have them breaking.
Yeah. I've only had three breaks in, I think like 870 I've posted now. Yeah. Which is, I didn't think I was wrapping them that well, but I clearly am. But yeah, like sometimes I've made tusks that I just want to make super jumbo, and they will like fall off in the kiln. Like, yeah. But the process, so I start with hand building. That will take a couple of hours. And then you have to let the piece like slowly dry over about 2 weeks. And that requires wrapping it in Glad wrap and just loosening that Glad wrap over time. So if it dries too fast, that's what causes cracking. And then it goes into a bisque firing, which is to 1,000 degrees.
So you were doing this in your room at one stage?
Not the kiln part.
Okay, I was going to say, it's a lot going on. Glad wrapped clay and then a kiln.
No, the kiln's in the laundry. But the bisque firing kind of like primes the clay to be glazed. It just sucks out all chemicals and any liquid that's in it. And then glazing it, clear glazing it so it's glossy, and then it goes into a final firing. So it's kind of like... It's about a 3-week kind of turnover for a piece.
And how many hours of you physically working on it?
Yeah, it varies obviously with size, but it's probably like 4 or 5-ish for each piece. I kind of speed run them now. Like there's a process to making them. I just hand build fairly quickly now, and they're not like that detailed when you look at them.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I'm quite fast now.
Yeah. And the clay, is that sourced locally? Where do you get your clay from?
That's from Northcote Pottery Supplies. Shout out to Northcote Pottery Supplies. And Walker's Ceramics, which is like out in Bayswater. That's quite far, but that's a really big ceramic warehouse. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then once you've done that, you can show the process, then you say to your followers,
This is what I got.
These are the Ginklets this time.
Yeah.
Get in while they're hot,
hot.
Out of the kiln. And then generally they will sell out and the process begins again.
Eventually they will sell out. Like some, yeah, they sit there for a little longer these days, but eventually I get them out the door.
And you put that down to the algorithm, people not having as much money. It's a tough time for artists.
Yeah, I mean, like, out of the followers I have, about 600 people see my stories in total. So I can't physically advertise. I can't reach all these followers. So that's contributed. And yeah, I think people just don't have the extra money for like luxury goods anymore, which is completely fair.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Times are tough.
Yeah.
So when you were selling them, you were going international, interstate. Where were the most people buying them?
My main place I was sending them to was America for a while,
Which
like
you
more
wouldn't
so
wanna be
than
doing
Australia. No, I don't think I can now.
You can't.
Yeah, with Oz Post.
Nah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it's irritating.
So the US was where your market was?
The most I was sending to was, I think it was like equal amounts to somewhere in Australia and America, and then a lot to the UK, and then a lot to Austria as well.
It's crazy where you find your markets in different spots.
Yeah,
isn't
well,
it?
again, thank you, Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, it's like otherwise I wouldn't be selling to places like that.
It's wild to think that just in your bedroom in Northcote you can be sending stuff to Austria.
Yeah.
You know that's
Yeah, it's wild.
the age of the internet.
Yeah, pretty much.
You've got some there. Do you want to do a bit of a show and tell?
Yes. So, the one I trolled you guys with at the start. So this guy, I really like this piece, but his glaze came out quite strange.
But that adds to the characteristics.
We'll say that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Do you name them individually?
This one's Gordon.
Okay.
Yeah. But I kind of mainly name them when I'm forced to, when I have to put them on the shop and the like product needs a name.
Right.
So I'll just think of one on the spot, like Spotty Sally or some,
Okay. So Gordon is your stereotypical Ginklet, would you say?
Yeah. He reminds me for some reason of like Mario, like Nintendo kind of art for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know why, but he's
My
always...
son's obsessed with Mario and Nintendo.
Yeah. This guy.
Is that one guy or two guys?
That's two guys.
It's two guys.
I mean, they are joined at the hip, but...
And so that's got a metallic finish to it?
Yeah, so that one...
Hang on, wait till you can come up here so we can hear. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, right.
That one's got a silver kind of glaze.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I often play around with, I don't know if you can tell that clay I've left as the clay itself.
Right.
So to give that matte finish in contrast with the shiny,
For sure.
like kind of features and the balaclava. This one is for sale currently, if anyone wants to buy that.
What's that one called?
Or it's like George or something.
George, yeah.
I can't remember. Got one more here. This one's actually like a candle holder.
Oh, wow.
So I thought that could be cool, like someone's having like a bougie, dinner with friends. That could sit in the middle of the table with two like long candlesticks.
So do many of them have purpose
Like
besides
fun-
being art like that?
Yeah, I've made a couple of candlestick ones, but there's something with like making it functional that when it's not just sculptural, it has a function. For some reason, some people think it should be cheaper for some reason. Like it's not this like fine art sculpture. Now it's like just a candle holder sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
don't really do it too much.
Yeah, because people then compare it to what does another candlestick holder
Yeah.
retail for?
Yeah. There's one at Kmart for like $3.99. Yeah. Anko.
Again, it eats into the Instagram algorithm, but somebody with a large following purchasing something has an influence on people. They post about it. Have you seen that work for you?
I'm trying to think of... There's people who follow me that are, large audience, but never reshared anything. Like last year, Seth Rogen followed me, which was...
Oh, because he does the ceramic...
He does ceramics, which was... And I was like, I'm going to shoot my shot here. So I messaged him and I was like, oh my God, I love your movies. Do you want to like collaborate one time? Thinking, it's worth asking. Like he follows me.
Yep.
And he saw the message, which is exciting in and of itself, but he didn't reply. So, yeah.
You know what you got to do? You got to just say, hey, can I send you something?
Yeah.
Right? And when you send, like he probably gets sent a lot of stuff, but if he likes you enough to follow you,
yeah,
if you send it, he might share it maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just wild enough that he'd followed me. Like, yeah, he makes some really cool ceramics too.
I think I saw the other day, isn't he like a host on like a reality ceramic show?
Oh, there's like a ceramic reality show that's, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like throwing on the wheel. Is that the one?
No,
yeah.
I reckon I was watching American TV and I saw an ad
Yeah.
for, I reckon it's like, a pottery type show, and he was one of the hosts.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just a guest host.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's got his own, which is, it's all very much focused around weed smoking, but it's like homewares as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But predominantly for,
Weed smoking.
stuff like places to put your joints when you're not smoking it.
Well, there is look, not everybody who's into weed is going to get their stuff from off your tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They probably, not everybody wants a weed grinder with Damian Marley's head on it,
that is a market that I don't necessarily want to tap into it, but I think I should, because I reckon I would get maybe, I don't know, like 50 messages a year to make a bong. Like people really want a Ginklet bong. I was actually going to make a reel of all the screenshotted messages I've ever gotten. And then at the end have like this like one single bong to rule them all type of thing. Like
why don't you?
I feel like my dad would hate it. Like, not that I'm not a weed smoker, but I feel like it'd be just like, what are you doing making a bong? But I'd just make like one as a one-off thing. And then I was thinking like sell it as a like auction type of thing and then donate the money just from this one bong.
Yeah.
Because there's been like it's been comical how many messages I've got since Ginklets started, like make a bong.
That's some good content.
Yeah.
Like if you pop up on the screen, bong, 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 bong. You asked for it. Here it is. I'm making one.
Yeah,
and
literally.
It's done.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So maybe I should.
But Dad can't be that upset. It's legal now. It's medicinal.
He wouldn't be. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe I should do it though, because it's what the people want.
That's what the people want.
Yeah.
It's what the weed smokers want. So I'm sure with art, and especially when you've got quite an audience, do people send you images and like, oh, this person's making Ginklet style stuff?
Yeah, that used to happen a lot back when things were really kind of booming on Instagram, I guess. There'd be a fair few people that would make, pretty much straight rip-offs, which I don't really mind if like you credit. I don't care otherwise, but there was one artist in, I think it was like Argentina, who'd been selling like Ginklet sculptures she'd been making for like a year. And I was like,
calling them Ginklet.
No, but just like they were like straight, like identical, like
same colours, everything.
Pretty much. Wow. Yeah. I wish that I think I blocked her, but I would love to like show you just how identical they were.
And did you message her and say, hey?
I did, yeah. I didn't want to be like mean about it. There was another incident where me and trying to think of her name, Pixie Blood. Do you
yeah.
know that artist?
Sounds familiar, but I don't know exactly who it is.
She's got a really big following. And there was an artist who had been copying her work and also my work. She'd messaged me about it, and she was pretty brutal to that person, like really like brutal. And I don't want to be mean to people. I'll just be like, hey, next time credit, like,
So
and we'll be fine.
Yeah, so you'd like them to be like, hey, I made this piece inspired by Ginklet.
Yeah, because I think, like, you can't exist in a vacuum. Like, you'll always glean inspiration, whether conscious or subconscious, from heaps of different places, other artists and whatever. And even me, like, I definitely have drawn inspiration from, like, shows, other artists, and kind of made them, you know, into a culmination of my own thing. Mm-hmm. But, like, the other day I made, it's like a shelf kind of thing. And I got the idea from another artist, Shy JPEG, I think her name is. So I just made sure I credited her for that original idea. Like, I made that into my own thing with a Ginklet head on it. But yeah, it's totally normal to get inspiration from other artists. But I think if it's getting into that territory of looking too similar, I think the best thing you could do is just credit. Because I don't really, you know, they can make it if they want. I can't really stop them. But
no, well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, nothing in the art world is trademarked. Yeah. But I guess whenever you're successful at something, you're always going to have people that are going to copy what you do and try and monetize off that. Like, especially with ceramics, I'm sure that there's people that, maybe not with your style, but take other things, copy it, they go sell it at a market. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If they're doing it, like, I don't know, my thing is just credit. I'm never going to, like, scream and bully you to, like, stop it. It's just credit. Yeah.
And I guess if people do make art inspired by your art, they credit you and they say, you're my biggest inspiration. I make art to be like you. How can
they
you
don't have to say,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's the term? Is like imitation is the
highest form of flattery.
Yeah. So that's why I would never, like, you know, bark down the phone at anyone who's making similar pieces.
The Pixie Blood would.
But she would, yeah. She was really, she was quite angry about it. But I don't know.
You don't seem like that kind of person.
No, I'm not confrontational at all. Like, don't get angry at people. Like, conflict shy, for sure. Yeah. I just feel bad making other people feel bad.
Yeah. Because you're a nice person. So aside from the Ginklet stuff, you said that you do the somewhat art therapy with clients now, which you're only really doing, you said, ceramics.
Just ceramics
stuff.
with
So
them,
how did you fall into that niche?
Well, when I was doing Ginklet full time, I was just like, I just need to have another source of income just to take that massive pressure off just pumping out sculptures, to have any income coming in. And my housemate, he does support work, and he mentioned, like, that I should try it. And then I've just built up like a client base, and they all want to do ceramics. So yeah, it's just kind of turned out well.
And they're referring you, I guess, to other people that want to do a similar thing.
No, not really. Like, no, I've just found 5 clients that suit me, and I either bring clay and tools to their house, or I take them to my studio in Fitzroy.
Yeah, I've seen your studio online. So that's a new.
Yeah.
It's not your bedroom.
No, that's not my bedroom.
But it is a small kind of cool space.
Yeah, it's. I wanted to. One of my things when I moved to Melbourne was wanting to do ceramic workshops. But I wanted to find kind of like the ideal studio for it. And this studio has a sink in it, and that's really handy, obviously, with doing ceramics. And it is small, but I don't think I'd want the classes much bigger than they are. I just have 6 people in there, so it's quite a small, intimate group. And they run over 2 nights as a hand-building workshop. And then 3 weeks later, once I've bisque fired their pieces, they come in to glaze their work.
And they're all bringing their individual style, or are they trying to
Yeah.
make Ginklet-inspired pieces?
I hand everyone a worksheet that has like a step-by-step guide on how to make actually, I have the sculpture here.
Yeah.
So the worksheet I give them is the step-by-step on how to make something like that, which is very kind of classic Ginklet, I suppose.
Yep.
And they can follow that or just make anything they like. So everyone who's come in has made like really sick stuff, and like no one has made this specific piece. It's all been something different. And the workshops have been good because it's forced me to kind of socialize a little bit, like, because I am such a shy person. Like, I could easily just see my existing friends I've known for like 10,000 years and not like meet new people.
Yep.
So it's been good for a lot of reasons, the workshops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's, I guess, for someone like yourself, you said that you're pretty insular with your group of friends.
Yeah.
It's welcoming other people, but into a space where you're comfortable as well.
Yeah. And meeting like-minded people is really good. Like other, weird creative people. It's been like everyone who's come to the workshop has been heaps of fun. And it's such a massive, like last year, I could easily not leave my room for days because I was sculpting and then I would sleep in that same room.
And that's not good anyway.
No, it was so fucking bad. Like that was not good for my mental health at all. And then being, having that kind of like introverted disposition, it became like scarier and scarier to like go meet new people because I was in this tiny little world, like sculpting and sleeping. And so finally doing the workshops and meeting new like-minded people has just been like a life changer, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what would be cool if you went to workshops that weren't ceramic that you went to where you could learn some other stuff, you'd meet some other people, you could kind of take a leaf out of your own book.
Yeah. I want to do some ring making workshops.
Oh, yeah.
They look really cool.
Gold, silver, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ring making workshops. I'm sure there's a thing.
Oh, yeah. They're around. Yeah.
I had a guest on yesterday who told me about all sorts of workshops there are out in the north that I have no idea about. I'll tell you about later. But yeah.
Yeah.
So those workshops are still happening that you're doing?
Yeah. I run them I run 2 groups per month. So I've got one tomorrow night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which this won't be tomorrow night then, but it would have been last week.
Yeah.
So
I have one
So when
last
will your
week.
next one be then?
That I need to work that out. Okay. That was tomorrow I'm going to sit down and figure out because it's over 2 nights. It's sort of difficult to get those 2 nights convenient for people. So
that is hard, isn't it?
Yeah. Make sure everyone's free on both evenings.
And they have to be pretty much exactly 3 weeks apart.
Yeah, at least. Just to make sure. So if pieces aren't completely like bone dry, I can't bisque fire them because they'll just explode. So I leave 3-week buffer just to be sure that I can.
Yep.
Yeah.
And does the environment play a part? Like obviously it's cold in here tonight. Would things take longer to dry if they're cold or
My room is fucking freezing all the time. So they do take a while to dry. Yeah.
So summer it's easier.
Yeah, definitely.
But can they dry too quickly?
If they dry too fast, that's when cracks happen. And that's what the Glad Wrap's for. That controls, that's why I kind of loosen the Glad Wrap across 2 weeks to keep it slowly drying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Have you done any animation with these little Ginklets?
I want to do animation. I'd love to do stop motion stuff, but when there's a whole world of knowledge that I don't know anything about, I find it really overwhelming. I tried to learn Blender last year. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've ever used that.
No.
Don't even try. It's
like
so...
an animation pro where you put the steps in?
Yeah, it's Blender's if you've seen 3D art, sort of digital kind of looking art. I wanted to kind of make these into a digital form and then eventually animate that way. And it was incredibly hard. Like,
Really? Couldn't you just take different... Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've tried to do animation on just Procreate, which is that's such a great app for something that's free. And it's just a matter of like, just doing each frame and slightly changing one little part, like, you know, classic kind of animation style. And it was just so time consuming. Like anyone who does animation like that, like...
I'll show you after this, but my essentially brother-in-law, he lives in Hobart. He does professional stop motion claymation stuff.
Oh, really?
And it's incredible, man. But the patience, I'm just like, whoa.
I know.
Like full on.
Yeah. So he, like, claymation, like, just literal fit, like...
Yeah, like the I liken it to, you know, his own sort of versions of Wallace and Gromit and that sort of thing.
Sick.
Like super time-consuming stuff, but it's crazy. But
Sure.
yeah, I'd imagine now with different apps and stuff, you could animate things easier. But you reckon
you probably can? Like, I'm not very tech savvy. Like, really.
Have you ever taken a photo of a Ginklet and put it into AI and said make a new Ginklet?
No, although my friend was using Midjourney for a while, and he was making like Midjourney images of ceramic goblins. And I think he made an Instagram called Ginklet 2 or something and was posting these Midjourney images.
Incredible.
I would have been pissed off if he got like, you know, 10,000 followers.
Yeah. That's it. My son wants to do like YouTube video gaming channel, and I'm like, I bet you he'll do it and he'll get more followers than me, more successful straight away. And I'm like,
he's making millions on Twitch or something. Yeah.
But it's, he's watching all these people just play video games. And
that's a lot of kids just like YouTube is the go-to, and predominantly watching streamers game seems to be.
He watches this guy who just plays this game, which is no longer even a game. They stopped making it years ago.
Do you know what it's called?
It's called Fall Guys.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Which I'm not down with this, right? Like, and then he watches a guy play that, and I'm like, I looked the other day when he's in between videos. Each video's got like in the millions of streams.
I know.
And he'll just be like, hey guys, today we're going to only jump on the yellow squares. And my son's just watching it like this. It's crazy.
We're in the wrong business.
Man,
yeah.
I was blown away.
I know. I feel like with making it on Twitch or, you know, YouTube, it's like the people in this thin bandwidth who are doing well are making millions, but it's really hard to climb to that. There's like a really big gap.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I was actually going to, like on Twitch, it's predominantly gaming, but there is like creative where people will watch you make stuff.
Yeah.
And I was thinking for a while I was going to do a Twitch while I make Ginklet stuff.
Yeah. Have you gone live and done it on Instagram?
I have, which is fun, like just chatting to people. But I think, it's like either Twitch or YouTube, I think is something, probably more YouTube, but making like videos of the process and then putting them on YouTube would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in this day and age where everything with AI and everything is so fake, to make something three-dimensional that takes weeks, you know, in an instant age, to be like, okay, guys, we'll see you in 3 weeks when this is dry. It's like a Polaroid, it's like a developing film or something. Like it's not instant, and that's gonna be cool for people. They'll appreciate that. Too.
Yeah. I think
with the power of the internet, you can just click your fingers, and then it's 3 weeks later.
Yeah. Just like this podcast episode.
Which we will have to work out when that's going to come out.
Yeah.
So aside from the workshops, what's your website where they can buy the Ginklet stuff?
Ginklet.com. That's Ginklet.com.
Ginklet.com.
No, it's Ginklet.
But this is important. You've picked a word that you didn't have to go Ginklet ceramics, Ginklet art.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do like that it's a clean, straight up Ginklet.com. Yeah.
That's hard to find these days.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone the other day and they're like, don't ever put a hyphen in your name because that's like...
I like the cleanness of the name. Like there's no, like not two words or anything. It's just straight up Ginklet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be a thing.
It could be a thing.
No, like it could be a mythical creature or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound, it's made
Completely
up, but doesn't sound totally made up.
Yeah. That's what I like about it. It's kind of, sounds like a word, but it's not. It's not.
Well, and then that way you own it.
Yeah.
So then if you search Ginklet, you're the only thing that's going to come
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
And it's easy to remember.
Yeah.
That's the biggest hook, I think, with this sort of stuff. Because if people see your stuff, they don't remember it. Then they go back, hey, like horn ceramic characters, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, it's hard to find.
Yeah.
And then they've moved on to the next thing.
Yeah. What was the 3000 podcast? Is that significant?
It is. Are you turning it back on me? No. Well, the idea originally was 3000 is Melbourne's postcode. So some people get it, some people don't get it.
Yeah. No, that checks out. Yeah.
Some people I've known for a long time, and I've been doing this podcast for 2.5 years, and some people a few months ago will just text me and be like, oh, it's the postcode. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, I didn't get it. And then other people will come on the show and then a year later, they're like, oh, I get it now. But I like the fact it's easy to remember.
That's also very, just not too many bells and whistles in a name, I think is key.
Yeah. It's simple.
Yeah.
But also it's futuristic as well. Like it's like you've
numbers.
Well, but if it was the 2000, it seems like it's retro.
Yeah.
So the 3000 kind of...
Literally in the future.
Yeah, literally in the future. So some people think it's about that. Other people are like, so what happens when you do 3000 episodes? I'm like, that's not it, but that'd be cool. So, but it's like anything. Like some people, Ginklet means something to them and it may not be in your intention. So when people find meaning in a name, let them run with it.
Yeah. Well, it's like when, people started... There was heaps of people that just started referring to them as Ginklets, and that was awesome because I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, and that's when you know you've built a community.
Yeah,
when people start to do and say things that
attribute their own kind of thing
their take on it.
Yeah.
And is it cool seeing people when you do send them to all over the world and not the USA anymore, and when they send you a photo of it sitting on the mantelpiece or on their bedside table or wherever they are?
That's always cool. It's definitely looking over the places. The other day I was looking at I can see the countries I've sent them to, and it's just a very cool feeling of kind of I was thinking back to selling that first sculpture to that girl in Warrnambool. And now looking at these countries that Ginklets are sitting in was just a really kind of full circle kind of moment.
For sure.
Yeah.
You should do a little reel where you put a map with all the countries and be like,
that would
Ginklet in this city.
Come on, Brazil.
Come on, Is there not one in Brazil yet?
I don't think so, no. I sold one to Guatemala the other month. That was not expected.
And do you do any physical sales where you go to these artist fairs or anything like that?
Not really. I have done a few exhibitions, but again, me being a shy little person, I find them really intimidating. Especially the solo ones where, I guess I'm the center of attention at them. I find I'll just get super ridiculously drunk before it to get through the night. The group shows where it's several artists is not too bad. I've actually got 5 pieces at Galleria Crocodillo in Reservoir. So that finishes on Sunday. Yeah.
And you've sold a few of them already?
I sold 2 so far. Yeah.
So if people do want an original Ginklet, they can find them on the website. They can go to Galleria
Crocodillo. Yeah.
See, we're talking about short, easy to say names. That's not one of them.
Great gallery though.
Great gallery. I'm sure it's great. Yeah. It's a tough time for galleries though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I had a solo at Bean Art Gallery in Brunswick, which is an incredible gallery. They have they specialize in just weird, surrealist kind of art. they're a very kind of respected gallery in Melbourne, really. And they said that sales have been slightly down as well, which was quite comforting, to be honest. Like, I'm not happy.
We're all suffering together.
Yeah, kind of. Because there was a while where when sales weren't as good, you feel like you've almost like failed creatively. Like, there was a period of time where it was,
it's
disheartening.
not a reflection on you. It's a reflection on everybody.
I guess that's why it was
society.
Comforting when I spoke to Bean Art maybe like 6 months ago, and that was the moment where I was like, all right, it's not just me. I don't like suck completely, kind of thing.
No, but also you don't want to exist in a world where you've got to pull your hair out, be a slave to your art just so you can pay rent next month.
Yeah.
So and having the 9 to 5 will let you create this in the capacity that you want. And then if things blow up again,
exactly,
maybe you'll attack it in a different way, you know?
Yeah. No, it's made me fall back in love with it, which is like such a relieving feeling, because it was quite conflicting to feel the way I was feeling about creating for that kind of last year of doing it full time. Because making has always brought me the most joy out of nearly anything in life. And when it was not doing that and at the same time not selling, it was just like, what am I doing wrong kind of thing. So it's good I'm not doing it full time anymore.
Yeah. Well, and who knows, like, how it'll work. Maybe next time things blow up, you go down a different route that you'd know, all right, I don't want to fall out of love with making this stuff anymore. Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever do it full time. Even if they sold like hotcakes, never again.
And that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because you've learned that just keep them separate.
Keep it separate. I still sell them, and it's a good like side hustle. And I think I'll keep it that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
How big can you go
with sculptures?
Well, yeah, like can someone commission you to make like something that's like a fucking totem
pole?
Well,
I've always wanted to make like one of these kind of style pieces, like maybe up to my shoulders in height, that sits in the corner of a room.
That'd be cool.
I think that would look so
That's
sick.
The perfect solo exhibition sort of grand piece.
That would just look so cool, I reckon. Just some like massive jumbo like goblin ceramic would look badass. But
it couldn't be solid clay, could it? It could.
Yeah, for sure.
Wouldn't have to would you have to like use chicken wire or something like that to hold it?
No, it could be like solid ceramics. I don't know if you've seen like those massive Japanese vases, like the real they're massive. Like, you can do ceramics really as big as your kiln allows. So I couldn't do it in my kiln, but
to tell Northcote Clay to
get firing
with a trolley,
light them up. I'm coming in hot. Like, the biggest I've done is like about that big. And there's something about going bigger that, like that's the piece where the tusks just fell off, and I think because like each tusk was like half a kilo each. Like,
and then could you prop them up in the curing process and then take that prop away?
You could do it. Like, there's something called stilts that you can lean ceramics on, because wherever there's this glaze, that can't make contact with the kiln shelf because it kind of melts in the kiln and then it'll stick. So you could prop something up, but then it would just like obviously leave a mark of where that prop was. But it is, one day I will make a jumbo Ginklet. Like, it's something I definitely want to do, but it'll be a long process.
And you're going to have a huge kiln.
Yeah, which I think Northcote Pottery Supplies, I think their kiln is pretty big.
How hot do they have to run to cure properly?
So bisque is 1,000, and then to do so this is earthenware, and that's to 1,100 degrees. So only like 100 degrees hotter than the bisque. You can do pieces up to 1,000, like 250, and that's for something like that bowl where it needs to be like waterproof, food proof. This would not be. It's still like quite porous. So yeah, gets bloody hot in there.
You found the
Yeah.
one piece of ceramics we've got in there. That is a
I clocked it instantly.
Yeah, that is a one-of-a-kind piece from Antwerp.
Oh.
Made with clay from Antwerp and brought here individually from a past guest.
La-di-da.
There you go. And now it has weed in it.
It's nice.
There you go. Yeah.
It's very cool.
All right. So,
Maybe I should make you a bong.
well maybe.
Yeah.
But no, you don't want to do that because you don't want to have things that are too objectish because then they lose their quality. You figured that out. So, working with would you collaborate with other people? Like, that's something kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoy, collaborating with other artists. There was my first big collaboration was with Stormy Payette. You should definitely follow her. She's an incredible photographer of. It's flowers she photographs, but she sets them up in these really intricate ways, and does kind of a light show on them to photograph them. And
Natural flowers.
yeah,
Right.
and kind of suspends them in air. But she messaged me when I was still, I think I only had maybe 4,000 followers, and she said, bring up some sculptures and we'll set up this huge, in a tiny little apartment, this I don't know, mystical garden scene. And it was so intricate. She got this smoke machine out, which fell across this fake pond she'd made, and then the Ginklets sitting amongst this scene. And we photographed a few in different scenes together. That was the first collaboration I think I did. But I have another one coming up with Sazo fashion brand, and the plan for that is I'll make 3 sculptures that would usually be wearing a balaclava like this, and she will physically make a balaclava that pulls over the sculptures.
Oh, wow.
And then a balaclava for the person who buys it to fit on their head, so they're matching.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So when's that happening?
Well, as soon as I pull my finger out and make the sculptures.
Okay.
So it'll be three Ginklets physically wearing a balaclava that she's made, and then one that fits on the person
That's
as
a great
well.
collaboration.
Yeah, it was her idea. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're open to other people's offers of collaboration if they're cool like that?
Yeah, if I like the idea, I'm keen. Yeah, and that was a really fun idea. And she makes, if you look at her Instagram, you'll see there's a lot of similarities with our general style. Mm-hmm. So it'll just work quite well.
Balaclavas are popular at the moment, aren't
They are, yeah. This was Roscoe's idea. Balaclavas on the sculptures.
He likes a balaclava.
Yeah.
Are you seeing trends in what's popular and what's not with the sales?
I think this kind of more, I don't know, angry, grisly looking ones don't sell quite as well as I don't have any. Actually, hang on.
You've got more. I didn't know you had more.
It's like Mary Poppins' bag. So kind of more cutesy kind of.
You would know this from your sales records.
Yeah.
Is it more female?
Yeah, for sure. I think it'd be 70% female. Yeah. But I think they're more palatable, I suppose, more cute kind of looking ones. Yeah. These are my favourites, but yeah, they're not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah. And are they horns? What are they?
I don't know. They're dicks.
Dicks.
Yeah.
Oh. And that's just a hood of sorts.
So yeah, the hood kind of has been, that kind of grew from doing these typical balaclavas with the knitted lines. Mm-hmm. I started just doing them around the face, and it just adds interest because I can just paint a pattern on them and then they look more aesthetically pleasing with that going on. Uh-huh. But the style of this one with the kind of thick dick-shaped ears, that will be the style of balaclava that this fashion designer will do. Oh. So kind of getting foam and creating these two kind of
phallic symbols,
bunny, two bunny kind of things, and then just circle face. So not balaclava, like just
Hood.
yeah,
Hood. Uh-huh.
yep.
And say somebody sees one of your pieces and says, I like that. Can you recreate it? Or do
Yeah.
you just say, nah, I've made it once? And
Yeah, fuck you. That's
Yeah.
it. No, I I do often recreate pieces. That's usually what a commission will be. Is they'll be like, "Oh, that piece you made last year, can you make that for me again?"
with the
And
pink balaclava. instead of
yeah,
the black
whatever
one.
they kind of like tailor it, maybe like edit it how they want. But commissions are good because they were my guaranteed income when it was full time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I had a commission, I knew that was going to be a sale.
Yep.
So yeah.
I guess there's be a lot of people in this day and age that'd be like, hey, can you make this? You're like, yeah, sure I can. And then they ghost. you know?
Yeah.
So you know until you
That-
get that. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened a couple of times. But usually people are pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
generally. Yeah.
In the Ginklet world.
In the Ginklet world, they're pretty good.
Do people send you stuff when they're like, hey, I've had this for so long and I broke the ear off moving and now.
Sometimes.
I could imagine that, yeah.
There was someone in Warrnambool who had just flat out dropped the piece and asked me to make it again, but they paid for it to be made again. I think that's the only time that I can think of. But I haven't even dropped one. Like, for how many I've handled over the years, I'm shocked that I've never just dropped one because I'm
Just jinxed
pretty
yourself.
clumsy. Like, yeah. And I'll like juggle. I'll get super brazen with it. I'll be like holding like 4 and then there's like one tucked under my arms and
That's
yeah.
when you get complacent. That's when accidents happen.
Yeah. Or if ceramics, like at its core, that craft is like letting go in general of, because there's so many break in the kiln, you just like let go of outcome, which doesn't mean I should be like, juggling them, but you definitely don't get attached to your creations.
They're more
Otherwise you'll be
disposable.
like heartbroken all the time because a lot will stuff up in the kiln.
And they just end up in the bin.
They end up on my mantelpiece. So I've got a
All
fair
the
few.
fallen soldiers.
Yeah. Like Band-Aids and like slings on them. Yeah, we've got a lot at home.
You should do like a sale with all the broken ones.
I should. Yeah, I should. But they're pretty, like there's tusks fully missing and like glaze has come off in sheets. That's a common issue. They're kind of,
There'd be people that maybe they don't want to buy the full price item and you know what I mean?
yeah, maybe. I feel bad when they're that damaged because sometimes if it's a minor flaw like a glaze, I don't know, imperfection, I will just put that on the site at a discounted price. But these ones are pretty
But you got to lean
mangled.
into that and and do like the Ginklet War
Yeah.
Veterans one.
I should do a funny video actually, like fallen soldiers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Molly, Ginklet, is there anything else that we need to cover before we think about wrapping things up?
I'm trying to think of anything like coming up. I think it's just, yeah, the current exhibition that I'm in at the moment at Galleria Crocodillo
Yeah,
in
Crocodillo.
Reservoir.
Yep.
Yeah, that finishes on Sunday. It's open Sunday until I think 6 p.m. And then this collaboration with Sazo, the fashion designer. I think that'll be very fun when gets rolling.
Good content.
Yeah, good content.
Yeah. And potentially if other people have interesting collaborative ideas, you'll listen.
Hit me up.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm always, collabs are like the funnest part of it, to be honest.
Yeah, and I could imagine it would also, now that you're not doing it full time, kind of kick your ass into gear to be like, okay, well, we've got this person who wants to do something cool. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, for sure. Like there is, we haven't properly worked out what we're doing yet, but the clothing brand Palmer, Palhma, I think, we're going to collab and make some hoodies and T-shirts as well. So, yeah, that's coming up. But I think I'm having a video call with him tomorrow night.
Last week.
Big things coming. Yeah, last week.
Last week, all right.
It was a good convo, actually.
All right, I appreciate you coming in. Thanks for taking the time.
you.
And I want to get some good photos of the Ginklets because it might be hard for people to see on the
Okay.
video. But let's get some photos and thanks for coming.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers.